hopefully he'll stay in and make his way up, and hopefully we can have a little bit of enjoyment on the stream to watch him come through the field.
Definitely. And I just want to apologize real quick. The stream got cut off because I lost connection for whatever reason. I did restart it already, though. We are back and live. We have 13 people watching. Thank you for everyone tuning in.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's still live now.
Okay. Yes, we are live.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Fifi was the first one to cross the line with a 16.5. That's a really good lap, but Tom and Show Prime, or the Show as he probably likes to be called, has put in quicker lap times and both doing 16.3s, and they've got a very close time. So
yeah,
the ones to watch for entertainment wise.
Yeah, I definitely know Showcrime has good pace, as well as VR down in P4 currently, only 2/10 off pole position. With the short qualifying session, the times at the end of the session are quicker, but they're only going to be marginally quicker. So I think he definitely has the pace to be up there in the top 3 once the checkered flag is waved.
Absolutely, and the other Williams driver, I apologise, I didn't know how to say his name. He has gone top and by a really comfortable margin of 0.6 of a second.
Oh, wow.
Looking good for the Williams boys at the moment.
That's for sure. It's a 1-2.
A great opposite of for a life then.
Alright.
We have everyone will be wanting to put on some fresh tires.
Definitely, and we have VR finishing up the sector 3. Let's see what time he can put in. Oh, his engine's down. He's coming into the pits.
Yeah, okay. I think Markov might be the only one on a hot lap.
Okay.
And he's coming through the S's now, and he is slipping and sliding through, doing a good job of keeping it on track. It's really easy to invalidate here, and really easy to mess up, and just as I say that, he cuts the last part of it, but he's still got a valid lap, so we keep on with the final sector. So comes through the small hairpin through here, really tight, normally getting as much better than the inside, and it's really difficult to get right and into the final corners, and we're off the line. What's the time going to be? It is
18.1. Yes.
Yeah, I think he had to back out a bit through the S's. So, yeah, unfortunate for him, but I'm sure he'll get a couple more runs in and hopefully he can improve on that lap time.
Definitely. Let's see who else is on track. We have a Haas in the X's. S's. Is that Shador? Okay. He's very low on ERS. Might be second run. Yeah, I think that might be it.
And he's going to come through the final sector, through the final corner, and we'll go for the run to line. What is the time going to be for one?
Oh, it's 2. Wow, a 16.2. Congratulations. Yeah, I'm definitely looking out for him. Also, they're saying, AJ, your mic is a bit low. It sounds like you're whispering, so you might want to put up your mic volume. Can you double check as well if your voice is allowed to be shared? That's one tip that they're going. They're saying he's literally silent, so it might.
Oh,
okay.
Might be that is that situation. Fine now? Can you? I think I had my voices. I'm not allowed to share. I'm so stupid.
Gotcha. 1 second. I apologize for the blue screen.
I think I'm fine now.
Yep. All of it is pointed to party chat max volume.
Yeah, no, I've is it okay now?
Alright.
I did have it off. So yeah, definitely.
It's all good. Alright, it says we're all good. Cool.
Nice.
Perfect. All right, and we're
Okay,
back.
now we can carry on to the final part of the qualifying
Yes.
section. 10 minutes to go. This is when people will be going for their second stint of the session, and I'm not sure who's going to be the first one to cross the line for their second run. If we could go through the order, I think it might be the random serious.
We have Fifi coming up to the third sector, going through the stadium section. He is on a he has his engine down. He might be starting a hot lap.
Yeah, he was 3 tenths down on his previous lap, but I think Robot is also behind him on lap 2, so he'll be getting a massive slipstream. No,
he's into the pits. Yeah. Well, we're on board with Robot. ERS up into overtake, maxing out that gear. Let's see what time he can do.
Yeah, random series goes up to P5 with Tom now really close to the Williams driver.
Finally someone that can contend. Yeah, that's for sure.
We can finally see a fight for the top in this qualifying session.
Oh, that's exciting to see. I love that even though we go to a sort of quote-unquote lower division, the battling is just still so close and the pace is so close together, and everyone's such a good match for the other persons, you know?
Yeah, it's interesting to see, because you would think that people learn at different sort of times, and you would have thought that they would have been more separate from the D1 guys that are struggling to get any quicker because they're already so quick. But it's surprising how they're all learning together, and with the fights with each other, they should be having good fights in this D1, D2 race today.
Oh, definitely. Less than a second between the first 9 drivers, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good lap. Okay lap, but we were thinking he would be up in the top 3, but that was his first lap, I believe, that was proper. So we'll give him a chance, and he's still got one more run. So
okay. Let's see. There's a McLaren. Might be Bob's your uncle.
Let's see. Race to K? Oh no, it's not.
Okay. Well, we've got Bob's your uncle finishing up a hot lap. He's currently in P19. He has not set a lap yet, as well as Jens. So Jens is definitely going to be one to watch out for when he does set a lap. Well, let's see.
He's so close to the D2 title last year.
Let's see. And it's only P17. He is on the medium tires though, so he's probably going for the alternate strategy, or just starting off on the mediums.
Yep, as Jens is coming to start his first final lap of the session on a medium tyre. Don't forget about that. So he's coming through the first sector now. We're going to see what it is. It's a 28.7, and I think that the D1 guys were going a second quicker than that on the softs. So not a bad first sector so far from Jens. So we're going to see him through the S's, probably the most difficult part of this track, and the most where you can lose the car through here on the curbs, as you want to get the line completely right.
I think he's abandoned the lap. He's turned the engine off. Yeah.
And maybe he just wants to go on the softs and is just trying out the mediums, maybe for the race.
Could be possible.
I don't think the grip levels are quite the same. And there is a Renault behind him who is
BT Watt.
B Watts.
I believe he is starting a hot lap now. He's finishing up his hot lap. And his engine's up. He's revving to go.
Nice.
Let's see, one person did point out that Racer Tay and Dr. Robot are incredibly close together.
Ooh.
So
in fact you got B-Lot as well, with all of them in 10th. So just battles all through the grid.
Yeah, no matter where you are, there's always someone to match up with you.
Yeah, we're gonna have 2 really quick guys right on the back row of YBN and Figgy. So that's going to be interesting to see them come through the pack.
Well, as we see Racer Tay go into P3. I did not catch him finishing his lap up there, but that's a fantastic lap from him. Only 4 tenths away.
And he's still got another run to go. And those tyres were a lap older than the 2 guys ahead of him when they set their lap. So
he definitely got some more pace in the car.
Yeah, is it B-Watt or BWAT?
I think it's B-Watt, considering they're both capitalized.
Okay, B Watt is coming through the final sector now. He was about 2/10 up on his time, so it won't improve him unless he's got a really, really good final sector here. But he comes into the pits, maybe thinking that he botched the run, so
Yeah.
thinking that he can go a little bit quicker and maybe entering the top 10, which would be
Well, we
good.
have AO starting a hot lap here.
Yeah, okay. When you're P11, it kind of gives you an advantage around this track because it gives you the option to either do the 2 or the 1 stop.
Correct.
And as the D1 race went, it looks like the 1 stop was the way to go. And
yeah, if you have the pace though, the 2 stop can definitely be beneficial.
Yeah, as we saw from Stinson, he had an amazing race up until the point where he overtook the leader. And then, unfortunately, I think there's a little bit of a glitch on the controller where it just goes automatically full power, and
on really 10 lap warm softs, that's not a good thing.
Yeah, I've had a few calibration problems with some other wheels in the past, and it's really unfortunate when it happens. And you know what, F1 can be buggy sometimes, but every game can be buggy.
Yeah, it's almost like just another one of those driver issues you have to work with as a race car driver.
Yeah, it's really difficult to control, especially in F1, where the amount of pressure that you put on the accelerator really means a difference. I mean, if you just go that 1/10 quicker on the accelerator, it could
be catastrophic. Definitely. As we see AO improve his time by 0.3 of a second, increasing the gap to P2 by 0.4, to a total of 0.4. And we see Havoc actually go into P3. Impressive lap by Havoc. Oh, look at him! Good job. That's for sure.
He's a former D1 driver and really showing that he is one of the real deals here in D2.
Definitely.
And that's a really impressive lap time. As I'm pretty sure he's trying to run no assist as well. So.
Gotcha. More power to him. I'm sure every D1 driver has been through the struggle of when we were told no more racing line. Oh man, devastated. Yeah. Oh my goodness, I didn't realize just how much I relied on it until I took it off.
Really did. I mean, it really, like, everything changes when you hit 10 off the racing line.
Yep.
As soon as you've got the braking to do pretty much by yourself with no assistance at all, getting on the accelerator as well and turning. So I was braking, when I first turned it off, I was braking way earlier than I used to with the racing line, and that was just so I could make the corner because I realised that I wasn't turning soon enough. So it's all about your confidence, to be honest, when you turn off the racing line.
Gotcha. Yeah, just
I think
when in doubt, send it. You know.
Yep. Doesn't always work.
Yeah.
But I think. Could you tell me how to pronounce the guy in first place's name?
I just call him AO. That's what I've heard others pronounce it as.
Alright, I'll keep that in mind. AO will not be going out for another run. Neither will Havoc, neither will Show Crime, neither will Iceman.
We do have Racer Tay on a hot lap, approaching the S's here. So let's see what he can do.
Absolutely, we'll see what his sector 2 time was.
Yeah, through a sector of the track where it's crucial to maximize the track limits. If you don't, then the line that you need to take with the car is just going to throw off the balance, and you're going to slow down way too much.
Yeah, absolutely. And as he goes through sector 2, as he crossed that line, so he will be provisional P3 at the moment. So let's see as he crosses the line. Will it be P3?
It will not. 2/100ths of a second slower.
He lost about 2/10 through that final sector. So, and now we're going to actually jump on board with Janelle was a bit too early on the lap. So, who's the Biwott is coming through the final sector, and he's going to come around the final corner. I'm not sure if he's on his quick lap. He's coming through the final corner. Where will it be? It stays P13, but he has improved his lap.
And he's moved on to P14 as Bert Kawhi
nice
comes
job
up
from him,
P3 out of nowhere.
2000s quicker than Havoc there. That is close.
Oh man,
pushing
knocked him off
the absolute limits.
Just like that. But yeah, no, we definitely should be watching out for Bert Kawhi. I've seen him in some of the other races, and he's definitely a fast driver.
Ooh, and
Larv says.
Larv says. He moves up to P3, knocking him up, but from the front row. And GNL Shador, P6. And oh, look at the top. Look from 4th to 6th. That is.
Oh my goodness.
That is so close.
Wow, wow.
So close. What a qualifying session.
For real. And so what are your predictions for the ending of the race? Who's going to be on the top steps?
Well, I mean, the top 2 look really, really quick. And I feel like those 2 maybe have a bit of a battle, because it's only about a 10th and a half between them. So hopefully they can battle. I think they'll struggle to pull away from the early stages of the race. But I mean, I don't know anyone's like real race pace. But I'm going off qualifying. I think the top 2 will stay the same, and I'm going to estimate that YBN will get P3 after an amazing run through the field. I feel like he can do it. He can do whatever he wants with the tyres. And do you want me to run through the order?
Go for it.
Before everyone moves up. So AO gets P1, and that's a great qualifying session from him. Tom P2, Lars Sesh P3, Bert P4, Havoc P5, Shador P6, Racer Tay P7, VR P8, Showcrime P9, Iceman P10, Random Series P11, Gents P12, Fifi P13, Biwott P14, Markov P15, Robot P16, F1 Driver P17, Bob's your uncle P18, and Figgy DNF'd out of the qualifying session. He'll be starting P19 on the back row with YBN.
Alright, and as we wait for the race start session to start, we're just going to take a moment to just take a breather. And let's look at the championship order. Yeah. That'll be a good one. And so, at the top, we have YBN Steven with 115 points, with a sizable gap to Rubs with 81 points. Third is GNL Shader with 55, and 4th is Bert Kawhi with 45. Robot, right behind him, just 2 points down with 43 points. And we have GNL Jens with 39 points, Iceman Kimmy with 29, VR with 28 points, P9 is Bob with 24, and finishing up the top 10 is Havoc with 20 points, tied for P11 with Tom.
So actually AO jumped the gun there and readied up before everyone else. I'm not sure.
That's unfortunate.
Not sure if that's going to be a problem. I didn't see any ready in the Discord server, so you know, it might just be a little bit of a problem for him. Starting on pole position, obviously, and going for their formation lap, which is arguably more important than the first few laps of this race.
And unlike D1, we have a clear weather today, as opposed to overcast, so it's definitely going to be easier to get heat into the tires. But as Robot and Havoc were speaking earlier, at this track you don't want to do as much swerving back and forth to get the heat into the tires. You kind of want to save that for Sector 2, where it's almost naturally going to happen.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, and yeah, the tyres should be a lot easier than it was in D1, as D1 was just a weird one, overcast conditions, and you can't do anything about it. You just have to take advantage of the formation lap and just use it to your advantage. And in the team standings, we have less of a gap between McLaren and Ferrari, who is obviously YBN's and Rub's team. They're both doing very well. 139 points for McLaren and 110 for Ferrari. Red Bull, who have just been consistent throughout this season, P3 equal to the sister team Toro Rosso, and Racing Point not far behind in 5th place with Haas P6, Mercedes P7, Williams P8, Alpha P9, and Renault in 10th place with 17 points.
Yeah, too. We do see a Racing Point in Renault that were pulled away from the formation lap due to contact. But let's hope that stays on the formation lap and we can have a clean start to the race.
Absolutely. And the run to turn 1 will be crazy because of how long this straight is. So I'll keep an eye on the back, and you can go at the front.
Alrighty. So, as we wait for the countdown of the lights, we have 5 lights, and we are underway as AO gets a really good start holding on to his P1, but Tom is right behind him as well as Larsesh and the others. Okay. AO defending into turn 1 against the Racing Point, while Tom gets the outside and the inside for turn 2. But AO's able to hold on to it as there's slight contact.
Beefy, really having a terrible start. It made contact with Robot, I believe, and yeah, he's just. Oh, and we have Bob, who is going slowly down the back straight. But luckily he's kept it. I'm not sure how much, if he has any wing damage. He's fine. Fifi is fine as well. So actually not a bad start. Pretty clean. And hopefully everyone can get away, no front wing damage, and just make their way through the order from the back.
Definitely. We have Show Crime coming up 3 positions from the start, and YBN Steven coming up 7 as we have Larvesh, the Renault, is out. He's DNF'd. And Bert. 3 people in 1 condition. Oh my goodness.
Ooh, that is not good. We have only a virtual safety car. That is surprising, as it doesn't look like they all made contact. I think.
Oh wow, it was out of the S's. Yeah, 3 cars. Wow.
And Love Sesh, just sort of
and that gives that's just working into a bit of AOR's time. Even though he needs to pull away, it's maintaining the gap. And
Tom has entered the pits and gained a little bit of time, but he's going for that ultimate 2-stop.
Oh, as Havoc is contesting for P2 and this past Shador go in, as we see Robot go up 10 positions, and YB Steven with 13.
Yeah, Steven having a great one.
Absolutely fantastic race.
And he started right from the back, and he's already up into P6. That is pretty
fantastic. Good job, Robot. Good job.
Yeah, both the Red Bulls looking to gain points, and as they've been probably one of the most consistent drivers, and yeah, they're just at the moment bringing home the big points.
Definitely.
As AI is leading out, as we have got some fruitful language in the general from Seth. And so as VR, both really unfortunate for both of them, but also getting a lot. The tensions rise when you have a first lap crash, but you just need to forget about it, move on, and I think the US is next, and
definitely. When it comes to that, is head down, don't think about it, and just keep pushing. You can worry about it after the race.
Absolutely. We have a yellow flag sector 3. I'm not sure what that was. I think it was Bob again. He's pitting in for, not sure what tyres it's for. Actually, let's look at the tyres.
And Bob's retired. in the
Oh,
pits.
Bob's retired.
In the pits, yeah.
That's very unfortunate for
Yeah.
him. Maybe he's not shouldn't have retired. I know he's retired in the pits. Maybe a little bit angry. Maybe
Side by
got caught
side,
up in a bit.
Havoc and no, Dr. Robot and Steven going side by side at the start of
Um,
Sector 2.
I
But Robot was able to
think,
hold position as they're heading into the S's.
yeah, I think Steven's going to get this position because he's just been the overall more consistent, better driver over Robot so far. But you know, I'm sure Robot won't go out without a fight. So
I think I
he'll
think Robot is leaving a 7-card train through all of this. Oh
I
my
mean,
goodness.
yeah.
Fantastic
But
defense by Robot so far.
But the big unfortunate thing is of how long this front straight is, and Stephen got the overtake mode
Yep.
now, and
And
he's
now
in the
with
slipstream.
DRS enabled,
DRS,
that
and
ERS is going
yeah,
bye-bye
he
trying to
might get
defend.
him. As
Oh,
Tom
he's
says,
able to hold the
fastest lap in
position.
M3. Nice job from him,
Very
but he
good.
will. Stephen will get a second bite of DRS coming out of turn
Oh, and
3,
he gets a much
and
better exit.
they're pretty much side by side. And there's a McLaren of Racer Tay who goes right on the grass whilst battling BWAT, and it it looks pretty fantastic. But I think BWAT might have squeezed him, and actually, Robot still defending his position as the top medium tyre runner.
Definitely
One of the
fantastic
Aussies.
jobs to him. He's definitely making
Yeah.
those medium tires work for him. And
But Stevens got
but
past
he's
now.
Robot's disconnected,
Oh.
unfortunately.
What happened?
Yeah. He's either disconnected or having some yeah, he's left the session. That's unfortunate.
And every single driver
with
trying to
BY.
3 wide, and there is definitely some front wings
Oh
going
my
flying
goodness.
there. I think it was
Wow,
Robot's,
absolute calamity.
and I think it was Robot and F1 driver who've both got damage. And obviously Robot having such a great race so far. Jens has overtaken Show Crime.
We're
in
actually
straight
gonna
line.
move up to Havoc, who's only 600ths
Go
away
on,
from
Havoc.
AO. He is man, top 3, just a second between all 3 of them. This is gonna be a fantastic battle to watch.
This is what we wanted to see.
Definitely.
And,
The
yeah.
top
And
of
also,
the class fighting for the victory.
with Robot disconnecting, this has unleashed YBN Steven to his true pace. And will we see him catch up, or will we just see him play the strategy game? We will see as Havoc's dropped back a little bit from AO. Maybe the dirty air affecting him quite a lot, but it looks like Shador is really close.
Yeah, he's holding it behind him. As
He
long
goes
as
a bit
Havoc
wide.
can bring that gap back down to under a second before the DRS detection, he'll be good. He'll be able to defend against Shader, but if he doesn't, he's going to be very vulnerable.
I mean, as we learned from last, Havoc looked amazing in that final sector. So, but he hasn't. I don't think he's quite got it here.
I don't think so, no.
Oh, and he might
Maybe,
be because there's 9
nope.
tenths now.
No,
We'll see.
he didn't
No,
get
it's not
DRS,
quite.
unfortunately.
I think Shador might just be able to get him down this back straight. We'll see. He's actually not pulling in too much. And yeah,
No, he
maybe
doesn't have
Havoc
the speed.
running some good wings.
He just might be, yeah.
Just letting. And Havoc takes a really nice line through the first couple of bends, and he's actually pulled some time back. So Havoc looking like the middle sector is his weakness at the moment, but you can't count him out in the first and third sector. And I think he would have been similar pace to AO if he didn't have that dirty air.
Definitely, yeah, because especially they obviously with the regulation changes in F1, they've been trying to make strides towards minimizing that dirty air effect, but it's still ever present until they now pushed back 2022 aerodynamic regulations and the complete almost just complete change in regulation that they're doing. The chassis is changing, everything is just going to be different, and I'm excited to see how that takes into place in real life, but also how Codemasters interprets that in their games as well.
So I was thinking Figgy would get through the order quite quickly because he's one of the quicker drivers here. Not so far. but I think he did have to pit within the first 3 laps. So
Oh,
he'll be hoping to
Havoc
save the
took a
car.
shot to first, but he wasn't able to make it stick. But he is
Ooh,
going to get
but he's got the
DRS
second bike DRS.
down.
This
Let's
is going to be
see.
interesting. Is he going to flick up? He's going to flick up too.
Yeah,
Right?
AO is going incredibly defensive. But he's
Yeah,
he's
going
breaking
round
late.
the
He's going around
outside.
outside.
Not
Oh, but he's
quite
not
done it.
able to
But
make
is he
it.
going to get the better line through the middle sector? Not quite did it. He didn't quite do it. But he's close, and he'll be wanting that.
Let's see if he can stick
thirsty for a
through
win.
the dirty
He's
air once
thirsty.
again through sector 2.
Yeah, and with the championship leader all the way down in 6th at the moment, but he is really gaining on Showcrime now. But they'll be wanting to gain as many points as they can. Also, Rub's not here today, which is really unfortunate. As Showcrime goes a bit wide, so are we going to see YBN go down the inside? He does go down the inside, but
They're able to keep it clean.
doing some really nice defending through there and keeps ahead.
Definitely, if YBN's just on the pace, trying to show that.
YBN, that's not good. Overtaking place.
Oh,
I mean,
that was very close.
That was close.
As Showcrime
actually,
pits.
Showcrime goes into pit. Actually, this is actually probably a good time for him to go into the pits, as we're on lap 7, or on lap 8,
Yep.
and
Steven gets the
start
DRS
to
as well, so he's getting just a couple tenths more on those laps.
Yeah,
Even though he's on the medium, so he's not going to be pitting for a while, but every tenth counts.
Yeah, I don't know if Robot's joined back yet, so hopefully he will. I don't know.
Do you want to go to him and check his throttle and braking to see how it is?
I will, yeah.
Right.
Let's see. I don't yet. He's not joined back, and I'm gonna check general. His PlayStation crashed. Oh yeah, it's okay. No, he won't be able to join back. It's repairing
not
his
for a
extensions.
while. Extended storage, yeah. If the power gets cut, it has to repair your external drive.
And actually, he's coming up. F1 driver's right behind him, and he's really slow. And you know, this is not what you want. And I've had connection problems throughout the last couple of months, and yeah, it's just really annoying. And you just want to get it done, but with this whole lockdown thing, it's really difficult. As he's joined back finally,
but he is down in 15th place.
And he also needs to pit for a new front wing as well.
He's definitely got his work cut out for him.
Can always happen.
Oh, definitely.
But as we have a few other drivers pitting, and yeah, this promotes Markov up into P5 as Fifi pits with a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
Yep.
And yeah.
So we have 4 people pitting. We have Jens, we have Shader, Racer Tay, and Fifi. Let's see what tires they're going on to. They're swapping on to the medium sauce. So they're going on to the mediums.
Thinking he's the quicker driver from Havoc, so he's going for the undercut. Undercut attempt is always good round here, but the hard tyres really last, and no one's going for them. Or even though we saw Carter get the win on the hard compounds, no one's going for it. So maybe thinking that the tyres will just make such a big difference that will affect them too much, and they'll just be wanting to go.
I do think the hard tires would fare better in this D2 race as opposed to D1, because track temp is going to be higher and it's going to be easier to get heat into those tires, especially since it's clear and it's not overcast like it was in D1.
Yeah, but are they thinking about maybe the warmer temperatures wearing the tyre out a little bit more than it would do in the overcast conditions? So are they thinking that the hards just will fall off too much towards the end, that it will affect them too much? I mean, I don't know.
It might be possible, but I mean, from what I've heard during practice sessions with drivers, they say that the hard tires are fairly durable around this track.
Yeah, and if Carter's watching right now, stop stressing out. You've won the Grand Prix today. And yeah, keep your mind on do less.
Yeah, you're doing good, man. You're doing good.
Yeah. In general, we're saying he's stressed out. I don't. Nothing to be stressed out about.
The race is over. You won. You're good. You're doing good, man. Keep it up.
Shador's dropped a few positions, so don't really know what happened to him. Didn't catch it, so...
Well, we've still got the battle of AO and Havoc going on, just a second behind. As Havoc gets a bit of oversteer, so I don't know if he's gonna... he's just outside the DRS zone. That mistake cost him time, because now he doesn't have the DRS down this long straight, or the second straight either.
Yeah, I've got to say it. This battle's really weird. A minute ago, Havoc was 3 seconds behind, and then Havoc's in the DRS window again. It's really confusing. Swapping pace almost.
Definitely, but you can definitely see that Havoc's tires are starting to go off a bit as he's getting a lot of oversteer on the corner exits.
Yeah,
and locking really up in some of the corners.
Yeah, I really feel like the top two are going for the one stop in this race.
Yeah, if you're pushing the soft tires this long, you're definitely going for the one stop.
Yeah, 100%.
But let's see.
Would it be the superior strategy as AO goes a bit wise? I haven't seen any penalties for the top three so far.
Yeah.
And Tom, who had to pit on lap 1, is now in 4th. So yeah, just a really confusing race, and so far.
Yeah, well, we've got Razortay and Shador just 2/10 away from each other. Razortay on the fresh softs and Shador on the fresh mediums.
Oh, Havoc's in the pits, I believe. Yes, Havoc's in.
Oh, Havoc's in the pits. Okay.
Yep, and I think the reason that he was so close is that Shador might have just overtaken him, I think.
That's as Havoc goes onto the hards. 100%. Yep.
Havoc is confirming the one-stop strategy.
Definitely.
So, Havoc,
let's just hope he does not. I'm not even gonna say it. I don't want to do commentator's curse. I don't even want to say it.
Now, as GNL has set the new fastest lap of the race, and good to see Havoc hasn't really lost any positions. I mean, Tom was, I think, up there when he pitted, so maybe he was just going for a really audacious two-stop. I don't know. It was
definitely
very early. Well, maybe he had front wing damage, and now he's just clawed back a lot of pace.
As Iceman Kimi pits to go onto the hard tires.
Ooh,
comes out in 14th.
The race leader's just picked up a 3-second penalty.
Oh, that's not good.
As Havoc, Mr. Consistent, not picked up one yet. So, and we should see AO pit this lap. So it will be he should pit because this is
he understeered into the wall and he's taking wing damage. Ooh. Oh man!
Oh,
he almost blocks off YBN Steven.
He's got a puncture.
Oh wow!
That was
wow.
Yeah,
I didn't realize you can get punctured on non-simulation.
Yeah, you can. It's just really difficult compared to
simulation. Gotcha.
Yeah. I guess it's not as bad as if.
Not as bad. It's just a couple seconds as opposed to going through the whole lap without the wing.
Yeah. But I guess that it really tricks people out, and I've played a Formula E game where the understeer is really, really strange, and it's almost like have you seen the new Vietnam gameplay?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, with the second, third corner where you think you can go full power, but it's just not.
Yeah.
Oh, and he really gets a bit oversteer, and I think that's what that corner's like. So.
Gotcha.
But Havoc has really been let off here. I think he's very definitely net lead now. But GNL only 3/10 behind him, so we need to go on that battle as GNL getting really, really good traction. He's gonna go for the lead, not the lead, 4th place, no 3rd place. Sorry.
So
you didn't quite get it through there.
Do you think the smarter decision would be to let Jens through and just try to keep up with him on the DRS?
Well, in this position, Havoc needs to start defending on this one and maybe let him through mid-lap. So as they cross the second sector line, if Havoc's still ahead, I would let him through there, get DRS, and maybe not overtake him, but let his ERS, he's got a very high ERS, but let him get to 100% and go from there, and then he should be set up for this race win.
Definitely.
I've just said it. That's going to be commentator's curse now.
Oh man,
and
you said it.
Havoc. I said it. But, you know, Havoc. He's in the best position, I would say.
Yeah, definitely. He can definitely take the race win for sure. He definitely has the pace. He's got the cool helmet. He's on the right strategy. You know, everything's just falling into place for him.
Yeah, and this is about where I said it, just after the S's. But I mean, I guess if he's not close enough, there's no point of letting him through, is there? Yeah, he's not going to come through. So Havoc is going to stay ahead for another corner. And looking down the order, Shador's right on the back of Sirius, and there's actually a three-guy train there. With random Sirius as the filling.
With the Ferrari going slightly defensive. As he going to the pits. That's what it was for. Okay.
Fair enough.
Gotcha. Shadow's going to get the DRS, trying to catch up to Marco. That's definitely going to help out for him.
I'm going on board with GNL, who's going to go down the inside. Is he going to make the move down it? He has. And he's not gone too wide, so very clean move from Jens there as Havoc picks up a little bit of oversteer coming out of turn 3. But, you know, it's not bad position for Havoc because he's still net lead. It doesn't even really matter. I mean, YBN actually has a very, very big gap over Tom. So, YBN, as we said, championship leader, got pace over everyone pretty much. And
just a reminder, he's up 19 positions in 15 laps.
So far, and I think if he
goes
into pits now, he'll be around P7, P8.
Yeah. How long do you reckon a pit stop here is? About 26 seconds?
Yeah, about that.
Okay, yeah, so you should be coming around P8, P9.
23, I don't know. It's really difficult to judge because it really depends. Because I've had a lot of mistakes in pit lane when you think you can go and then, you know, the green lights wasn't there, so we have to, it like goes up a shift and then you have to wait another second and it costs you time. So, you know, these drivers obviously very talented, but we all make mistakes, and sometimes the pit lane can cost you.
We have a battle for P6 going on with Marco, Shador, and AO, as AO is trying to make his way back up the field. Shador overtakes him. Fantastic move. Great job. And he's going to get the DRS as well. Yeah, definitely. We're on the same wavelength, man.
To actually keep Markov ahead. He'll want to keep Markov ahead here.
Yeah.
Because obviously AO was the leader, so he's obviously got some pace. And
he's just itching to get through. He's just to release himself, just to go full pace.
Yeah, and now look at the gap now, a second. So
yeah. Oh man. He's getting so held up on 15 old lap mediums by Marco.
But luckily he's got through now.
Yeah.
So I guess it did cost him 1.8 seconds. That is
definitely
a lot of time for only one sector.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah. And can we pay our respects to Robot here? Obviously, from no fault of his own. Disconnected and down in last at the moment, but you can't give up yet, Robot, because you know still a good 20 laps ahead of you, and you never know what can happen.
Definitely.
We've also got a yellow flag, sector 1 and 2.
That's a Haas.
A Haas or Figgy.
Figgy.
I thought it was someone else. So.
It is him.
But Figgy down in last now, so Robot, you are no longer last as Steven picks up a penalty.
Definitely.
I think Steven's going to start
as Figgy gets more oversteer, his tires are so hot. As soon as he got into the S's, the oversteer just came in, there he was.
I feel like I would stay off track of the S's. Just get on the dirty stuff and let everyone through.
Yep. As we've got F1 driver 44 in Fifi, only 4 tenths apart as they're starting to come to the S's. Fifi has 2 lap fresher tires, that is going to play into him, into keeping grip as well as being ahead through the S's, so he doesn't have to deal with the dirty air as F1 driver does. They're incredibly close. He's keeping it within 5/10 as they're coming into the stadium section. As this seems to be the closest battle we have currently on track until everyone gets through with their pit stops. I believe everyone has pitted for the most part, as Marco just got onto the fresh softs. Let's see if F1 driver, yes, he is going to get the DRS. He's up into overtake. He is low on his ERS, but he's creeping up a little bit more and more, going down the back straight, closing up to Fifi. Is he going to go? No, he just backed out of it and going into turn 1. There's a battle for yeah. They're
and Random Sirius is actually the closest, and he's got the DRS. He's saving up his DRS for Markov, who pitted last lap. Will we see Random Sirius overtake as Havoc
picks up a 3 seconds? Yeah.
It could cost him.
Definitely. Well, both YB and Steven has. Yep. Let's see where Steven comes out.
Jens overtakes Tom. So Tom really needs to stop pit. He needs to pit now, and he hasn't. As Shador picks up a 3 second as well. So where will Steven come out?
Let's see where Havoc is coming out.
Yep,
just ahead.
Yep, he'll get overtaken by Show, and he'll slot in just ahead of Shador, who is a really quick driver. So we'll see YBN on a 2-stop. Because there's no way he's going to take those soft 18 laps.
Yeah, definitely not. You reckon he's going to stop for another set of softs? I think he is.
Yeah, he will, and yeah, he should be able to do 9 laps each. So.
Put the shoulders out a little bit. Yeah, getting a little bit of wheel banging going there. He's trying to come up.
Showcrime's around. He's
around
man. And he's lost his left part, most of his left wing, so he'll be pitting in this lap. Luckily, I think he'll come out just in 10th place.
Sure.
If he can keep it on track.
This is definitely going to be the battle to watch between YB and Steven and Havoc, as Steven is on the fresh sauce and Havoc's on 7-lap-old hard tires, so he's going to be considerably slower than Steven.
You cannot forget that Havoc's on the 1-stop.
Correct.
So you might as well let him through. So it's just going to be easy.
This close, Steven's definitely going to overtake here. Even without DRS, I'm sure he would be able to.
Yeah, Havoc not playing up to overtake, so not wanting to waste his ERS and trying to defend from a position that he will not keep. And he's still net lead, and you've got to remember that. And Tom taking the mediums really far into Grand Prix. So
18 laps. That was the likes of Anders in D1, stretching out those medium tires as long as he possibly could.
Yeah, it was. As I think, Showcrime's going to come out in P12, I reckon. Coming out in P12. And really unfortunate of him, just losing the rear. I think coming out of turn 5, I think it was turn 5. It's either that or you got tagged. I'm not really sure. But we'll see.
It was definitely turn 5.
There's a report after the race. And AO is on the back of Shador now. So, we could see an overtake very soon from these guys.
Definitely. As we also have Jens that I'll go up to in just a second, is only 8/10 away as Tom pits finally to get off to medium tires, and YBN Stevens sets a new fastest lap of a 17.0.
I mean, Havoc was ahead going through this bit, and now he's 3 seconds behind. That shows how quick the soft tires are and how quick Steven is. I mean,
definitely.
Havoc's a top class driver, and Steven definitely D1 ready. I saw his TT time, and it was above of some of the D1 drivers.
Oh, so wow. So he's definitely got the pace to go out.
Absolutely.
As Tom picks up a 3-second penalty.
Jens takes.
Jens
No, he
takes the
keeps it.
lead.
He's keeping it at the moment. He was in
Oh,
the lead to start off with, so
I gotcha.
I think
So,
Steven's going to come through though.
so what's the gap that Steven needs to Havoc when he pits or when he comes out of the pits?
I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure Jens is going to pit this lap. 12 laps on the softs. I'm pretty sure he will.
That's quite a stretch.
Can you repeat your question? Sorry.
Um,
And Steven making a
oh,
massive. That was
oh my goodness! As
big
Jen
boy,
stays out,
big boy
he
move.
stays out,
That is. I think he.
and Steven
thought he
gets
was
a
gonna get
DRS.
That is, yeah.
Oh,
But
that's
look at
so
Jens. He's still got the
unfortunate.
straight on speed. I mean, can he make a dive bomb down the inside? No,
That
he
that's
won't be able
gonna
to,
be
but
really risky, especially with how worn
it
those
would have
tires
been.
are. He's now on lap
Yeah.
13. Wait, he's not. He's
And
on lap.
yeah.
Would he be on lap
Shador
14
is.
actually? If it
Yeah,
does 13
Shador
laps
and
old. Yeah.
Shador
Okay.
and AO are having a nice battle. I think AO was ahead for a bit, and now Shador had DRS, and yeah,
Yep.
he's back ahead. So pretty textbook from him.
Definitely.
Show crime, trying to get up the order again, and he's one place off getting points so far. So even if you crash, I mean, it's always good to carry on.
Yeah. Always
So,
keep pushing. Always keep going.
yeah,
Never
and
ever give up,
yeah.
and especially don't retire on track. That'll get you more penalties than what you would have gotten before.
Trust me, I know this. I'm
Yeah.
hungry.
Yeah. I was spectating you when you did it too.
I'm such an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but AI should be able to get past. If I think Shador won't have DRS on a car
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah. As Jens is
it's
into the
like-
pits, onto the mediums.
We're going to see Shador pit soon as well. And I feel like everyone is either starting their new stint or getting towards their old one. I think the only one that's mid stint is Steven. So
Yeah.
he's
Steven's made up a 6-second gap so far. So if you,
that's on Havoc. And,
Yeah.
Ooh, and AO making a move and
around the
and
outside,
and
as Tom picked up
he's sort
another
of had
3
a
second.
ding dong battle pretty much the whole Grand Prix so far since the pit stops, and they keep it
Oh
going.
yeah,
I don't
they're
mind
definitely
this.
going.
It's just something to watch, isn't it?
Definitely, it's so exciting to watch these drivers that are just aspiring to be faster and faster with every weekend. Just to see
And
them
now Havoc's going to bring back into now. Yeah.
Man, yeah, we have a battle for P2 with Havoc, AO, and Shador all there. Havoc, obviously, he is on his last stint, and AO and Shador. Oh, he picks up a 3-second, yeah. So AO and Shador, with Shador pitting, yeah, Shador pits. AO will likely pit within the next couple laps, or it would be a real push to take that to the end, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so he might be pitting within the next couple laps to the soft tires.
Yeah, I would say he would be pitting. I would pit around lap 27.
Oh, wow, he was trying to fake out Havoc as he dives down the inside and takes the position.
Great job from him.
He definitely needed. That was a crucial move.
Yeah, that was textbook, as always.
Yeah, he was faking them out to the inside. Am I going to go outside? Am I going to go inside? And he just dived it and made it stick.
Yeah, but this is unfortunate because we saw this battle for the lead, and I guess it is for the lead a little bit because Steven is not on his last stint, but I guess AO's not either. So if you take into consideration who's actually not on their last stint, Havoc's got an 11-second gap over Tom. But that obviously will not be. I reckon Steven will be the one that will be battling for the win. And
as Jens picks up a 3-second.
But Havoc's just really, really outsmarted pretty much everyone in this Grand Prix so far.
It's interesting how many drivers opted to go with the 2-stop strategy as opposed to the 1-stop. You only have 5 drivers on the one stop. It's interesting.
I actually think they were on the two. Let's see actually who's the stops. Yeah, no, sorry, you were right. Don't worry. Robot's done one stop, and I think he might be pitting again if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
he's 14 laps into his stint.
Yeah. So
He's definitely going to be pitting again.
Yeah, I'm hoping that as Jens goes up to P5 from P1. And actually, let's go on board with Robot as he's only 4 tenths behind Iceman. I don't know if Iceman just overtook him. I'm not sure. I didn't catch it, but Robot will get DRS down this front straight as we've got a yellow flag who is, I think it was, Biggie. I think it was.
What's Biggie?
Yeah, it was Figgy again.
As we see Robot catching up and up as Iceman Kimi goes defensive into turn 1. Who's gonna get the position? Robot's he gets squeezed to the outside and he's forced to back off.
Yeah, harsh but fair.
Yep. And he's got DRS again, but I don't think he's gonna be close enough to make the move as his DRS is depleting very quickly.
Yeah, I feel like Robot might have a little bit of a statement to do on a soft compound tyre. I think he might just go for it.
Let's keep in mind though, he's keeping up with Kimi a decent amount, and he's on 15 lap old mediums. Wow, that's a corner cut if I've ever said one. Yeah. Robot, yeah. Come on. Oh man, we caught you red-handed, Robot. You can't. On board as well. Oh my goodness.
We're gonna have to embarrass him after this.
Right.
Yeah.
Shame.
Right.
But anyways, but yeah, what I was gonna say is like he's keeping up with Kimi on the 2-lap old mediums while he's on 15-lap old tires. Those are very, very end of the stint.
And we've got B-What rounds.
I don't know why though. He's not enabling his DRS. Yep. He did get DRS, but he just didn't enable it. What's going on with Robot?
What Robot?
I don't know if he's maybe just getting really bad grip, like just nothing at all, but he just completely went straight at turn 1 and then took a U-turn to make turn 2.
AO getting another penalty. So I have seen YBN get a penalty, I've seen AO get 2, and I've seen Havoc get 1. And I'm pretty sure the top 3 don't have many penalties, so hopefully we can see a battle without it being decided on penalties.
Yeah.
And I'm really hoping, Havoc dropping back a little bit from AO and also YBN, who is going to move on to soft as with AO, so you know, it's going to see, I'm pretty sure if Havoc knew anywhere
as Figgy is retired from the session.
Yeah, I guess it's understandable.
Yeah, unfortunate.
Yeah, unfortunate.
Good job though, Figgy. You kept pushing.
Yeah, absolutely.
What was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say.
Robot's going into pits.
When we get to 5 laps left, can you take a second to check the penalties? Once we get 5 laps left.
AO's in the pits.
He's in the pits. Yeah, he's pitting. Let's see where he pits onto the softs. Let's hop on board with him and see where he comes out.
Yep, and I have no doubts in my mind that Stephen will 100% be pitting this lap. There's B-What leaves, which might be a bit of a problem.
Yeah.
As
he does have a 14-second gap to Kimi, but I don't know, has any cars been lapped yet? I'm not sure. Kimi and Dr. Robot has been lapped.
It's only Robot and Kimi, yeah.
Yeah, so the leaders are actually going to be catching up to B-Watt next, so that might be trouble for them.
Do you know what? Who's been the quietest driver? Fifi today. Haven't even spoke about him once.
Well, we were talking about him. Remember when you had to take a moment to go off, and he was having a battle for P9, and they were doing really well together.
Yeah, I mean, he's looking at the people. I don't think any of them will have to pit. So I guess T12 might be his destiny, but you know, P10 is only 5 seconds on the road,
Yeah. And
and
Random Series
Robot
has
pulls off as well.
13 lap old hard tires, so those 5 lap
Stevens
mediums
in the
definitely
pits.
have enough
Stevens
pits.
in the pits.
Oh man, alright, let's see.
And Tom's also ahead of him. So, I mean, this is going to be interesting.
Oh
Are
man.
we going to see Tom catch him? Are we going to see Tom catch Havoc?
Let's see. I mean,
Uh,
Steven was able to make a 15-second gap on Havoc with when the hard tires were better than they are now. So
yeah, but
he's definitely gonna have the pace. He only needs to make up 4 seconds. That's all he has to do
this
to get back
is
into the lead. That he's in a perfect position to take the win.
this is going to be amazing if we see YBN take the win here. From
Definitely. Last to first. Sounds like a TMN Martic video.
I mean, yeah, it does.
You know, crashing out in the qualifying just so you can start at the back to get to the first.
Only